Well, hello there, Cancer. How are you? It is always so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So, today we are doing your September reading. So, let's jump into it. Let's see what is on the horizon for you. Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation and rejuvenating rain. Clear the past, heal the present. This is really the energy of beginning something new, but understanding that we can't build the foundation for something new with the mindsets or the wounds of the past. It's like, okay, I'm starting fresh, right? It's allowing yourself to take forward into a new chapter the lessons that you've learned, the wisdom that you've gained, right? But don't allow yourself to build a new foundation based on fears of what has not worked out the way that you wanted it to in the past. Let's see. Speak to yourself with kindness. Become aware of how you speak to yourself. Allowing yourself to recognize, right, that the way that we speak about ourselves or the way that we speak about other people or other situations that have occurred in our life, right, bring energy to whatever we're working on now. And I feel like there's kind of like this strong message, this energy coming through that I feel like you're wanting to either restart something, okay? Like jumpstart something. It's kind of like if your car battery dies or something, you have to jumpstart it. Yeah, you have the home coming out as your obstacle. There's a little bit of energy here of wanting to jumpstart something, to give new life to something, whether that's a new life in a new chapter, a new relationship, a new situation, a new home, okay? This has a very much kind of like home energy to it. Or if you're wanting to relight, okay, a past relationship, yeah, you really are wanting something. You're fragmented. You're playing it safe. There's an energy of transformation. There's something that's occurring here where you're recognizing you may have made some decisions. And I'm going to say, it's so funny. Virgo had a little bit of the same type of energy. So I'm trying to figure out like what's going on in the cosmos a little bit right now that could be causing this. So for you, it's 6 years. Look back to 6 years ago. I feel like maybe you may have made a decision, especially around family, maybe 6 years ago, 4 to 6. I would say 4 to 6 years ago. So it's not like super recent. But you made a decision. You may have decided to cut a family member or somebody close to you out of your life. You could have maybe gotten a divorce. You could have, made some big change. You could have moved. And now what you're understanding is that when you did that, okay, you started a new chapter in this new place or with new people, removing yourself from other people or situations, okay? But you started this new chapter more as a way of getting out of something rather than building a foundation of what you really and truly desired for yourself moving forward. So it's kind of like the last 6 years could be a little bit of a detour for you, right? Kind of like, I think you're kind of like coming into this truth, Page of Swords, understanding the truth of why you did something 6 years ago that at the time may have appeared to be a really good decision, right? And now you're kind of like wondering, there's something here. Temperance on the bottom, right? Sagittarian energy could have to do with a Sagittarian. Doesn't have to be. Yeah. 6 of Cups coming out on the bottom. I think you were trying to get out of some difficult situation, or somebody could have left your life. Okay, so I'll put it either way. But what you're understanding is that you need a new shift. Okay, you need a new beginning in your home environment. Okay, that can be your home itself. That could mean moving, that could mean redecorating or refurbishing the house that you're in, or it could be the people that you live with, right, in your home. And it's allowing yourself to go back, thinking back to about 6 years ago, or when you had a big change in your life. And allowing yourself to recognize when you made that change, okay, were you making it because you were wanting to build something new for yourself out of an energy of positivity, okay? Or were you, and Virgo had the same energy, jumping out of the frying pan and into the boiling pot of water, or vice versa, right? Or throwing the baby away with the bathwater, instead of allowing yourself to fix the foundation of what you had in your life back then. There's this energy of the foundation crumbling, right? And you, like literally in the tower, being one of the people that's falling out of the tower, right? So you had to create a new life for yourself, or you decided to walk away from something instead of, the tower represents the energy that the foundation isn't solid. So you've built a tower on sand. And this is the energy of, yeah, I'm not doing that again, right? Now, there's something here about really recognizing what it is that you really and truly desire. True love, 9 of Cups, and you're poised to do it. You're in this energy of wanting to change, because you've come to this point on your path where you recognize, well, 6 years ago, something happened in your life. You started on a path of new, but you're recognizing, wow, this wasn't a new chapter built on a solid foundation. It was really, I'm repeating. It's almost like you're recognizing, I'm repeating exactly what I was trying to get out of before, right? So if you had toxic family relationships that you left 6 years ago, all of a sudden you're recognizing, wait a minute, I just rebuilt toxic relationships in my life, right? Maybe with different people, but it's kind of like understanding I'm just repeating. There's something here where I feel like and if you have a Virgo that's significant in your life, you may want to go watch their solar year, because that was their birthday reading, right? Allowing yourself to recognize, wait a minute, like I'm creating something new, but I'm not creating it with a solid foundation in place. So it's almost like you may be feeling like, well, I want to get out of this situation and into a new situation. I deserve more. I'm poised. I want to take action. I want to go in this new direction. But Spirit's coming in and saying, okay, wait a minute. Why are you wanting to move in a new direction? Not that you're not allowed to go in a new direction, but before you do, asking yourself, right, is there something that you can work on in what you are in right now before you jump ship? Is there something that is salvageable? Because when you allow yourself to do that, there's a healing of a wound, of an ancestral wound. I feel like Virgo is doing the same thing, kind of like this healing an ancestral wound. Does not mean that you're not moving forward. But part of it is that you're kind of like wanting to just skip to the next relationship, or skip to the next house, or skip to instead of saying, whoa, wait a minute. What inner child energy maybe do I need to heal with the Six of Cups, right? And then we have the scattered energy, fragmented, allowing yourself to recognize. You have the Wheel of Fortune here. Virgo did too. I hate to keep bringing up Virgo, but I feel like for somebody that's probably a message. It's not that you can't have a change. I think that it's so funny because I have moved a lot in my life. And recently I got really kind of excited about moving again. And I've been in this house not quite 2 years. And I really kind of got excited about moving to a new home. And then I was just kind of like, but why? Right? I came home and I was like, I really like my home. I just finished my backyard. It's beautiful, right? I was like, why am I wanting to? I'm getting the same type of energy, right? It's kind of like jump ship. Jump towards something that I think is going to bring me more happiness and joy than where I am right now. And I'm not, once again, this is not about you can't, right? Because you can. There's this energy where you're feeling like you're going to do it no matter what, right? But it's before you do it, stopping and asking yourself, what do you feel like this new opportunity is going to bring you that what you have right here, right now, doesn't provide? It's allowing yourself to see the goodness in what is right in front of you. So funny. Because I literally was sitting in my backyard last night and I had this epiphany. Like, why would I leave paradise? I live in paradise, right? Like, why would I even? And it really was kind of like an eye-opener to me. Well, it was kind of exciting thinking about that other house and other things. Yeah, this is the Lover's energy. What you're wanting, what you're desiring is this energy of people. This is very much kind of house and home, right? People, Gemini energy here. The Magician is Virgo and Gemini energy, bringing people back together, right? High Priestess, you know the truth here, right? You know that this is meant to be, but it means that you have to allow yourself to do some healing, make the foundation stronger. My daughter was, she and I, we just kind of got into this, she found a house first, right? And then I was like, oh my gosh, there's a house like, right down the street kind of. I was like, oh, my granddaughter could walk over to my house. And I was, it was the nostalgia. It was the nostalgia of what I wanted as a grandmother, right? I was kind of like, really, I really kind of got into it because I was so close to my grandmother, right? So I was like, my grandmother lived with us. So I was like, oh my goodness, that would be so cool. She could just, come over, blah, blah, blah. Like I really went to the dreamy side of it. And then my daughter and I, we both kind of like had an epiphany separately, I guess, last night. Because then I talked to her today and she was like, I think we're just going to renovate the kitchen. We're trying to escape the kitchen. Like she recognized, I'm just trying to get out of this house because I don't like the kitchen. The kitchen needs to be updated. And I was like, well, the house you were looking at needed a new kitchen too. So she was like, yeah, I think we're going to just redo the kitchen and see, do we still want to move, right? And it's kind of like, that is this energy. It's kind of like, there's something that you're wanting, but it's kind of like, it's already available to you. It's needing a stronger foundation. It's going in and allowing yourself to do a work on the foundation instead of just moving forward. Yeah, I think you're doubting it. Your heart is broken. You're kind of like, this isn't working. 5 of Swords, 2 of Swords. You're just worried it's not working. So I might as well just move forward. So your spirit is saying, wait a minute. I think there's something here. It's about not wallpapering over the cockroaches, right? It's about allowing yourself to see, because it says clear the past, heal the present. It is really about healing whatever this is, whether it's a part of you, right, or part of a family dynamic or whatever. It's time to allow yourself. Look, you're the Ascended Masters. This is your advice. And it's so funny. I've never noticed this before, but it's like, stop. It's like your Ascended Masters are like, stop. Stop. Take a look before you leap, because you have the devil energy here. You're attached to thinking this situation in a certain way. It's almost like they're saying, stop. Look at what you have. It's just like, my daughter has this beautiful home. I have a beautiful home. We were both like, yeah, let's move, because we've moved so much in our life, right? It's kind of, well, wait a minute. Why are we moving? Are we moving to move, right? Allowing yourself. Is there drama here that I'm trying to just run away from? Or am I allowing myself to say, what is salvageable here, right? What is working? Focusing on what's working instead of maybe what's not. Yeah, I just feel like you do. Your expectations of what is supposed to be happening here, right? Your expectations of what a Four of Wands, happy family, happy home, financial stability, right? It's kind of your expectations, okay, are not in alignment with, it's kind of like your expectations are out of alignment. Okay, they're reminding me, romanticizing. You're romanticizing what happy family, happy home looks like, right? You're nostalgic, and Cancer, Jupiter is in your sign right now, right? Like, understanding you're all about home and hearth. And so it's kind of like, but asking yourself, are your expectations realistic? Like, allowing yourself to say, okay, if I want this, like, let's not talk about relationships, okay, but if I want this big, beautiful home, right, I have to make sure that I'm building a strong foundation. Are you focusing on how the home appears to other people without making sure the foundation is really stable, so that the whole house doesn't come crumbling down, right? It's kind of like, purchasing an old house that has a crumbling foundation and leaking pipes and, faulty wiring, right? It's kind of like, well, I just want to cosmetically fix it. I'm going to repaint it. I'm going to put some pretty drapes in the window. I'm going to put some pots of flowers out front. I'm going to resod the lawn. I'm going to, fix it up. But you're only wallpapering off over the cockroaches, right? You're only trying to make it look pretty. The whole thing is that, and I have purchased an old house and renovated it, right? You put so much money into redoing the foundation and fixing the leaking pipes and rewiring the house. Stuff people don't even see, right? You may have grown up in a home where it was all about making it look pretty, but it didn't have a strong foundation. Maybe what you're recognizing is you don't have the experience, you haven't had the role models in your life in order to create a solid foundation. So you've kind of like focused on making the home, the family, your life, whatever this is, right, look pretty, but is it solid? And this is where your ascended masters are saying, before you leap, before you take another step forward, before you throw the baby out with the bathwater or whatever is going on in your life, stop. Right? It's like, stop. Take a look. Maybe it's not about moving out of this old house that you've painted and everything, but is a fire hazard because you didn't rewire. Maybe it is about saying, do I really love this house? And if I love this house, then I'm going to put the time, the energy, the money into rewiring it, into redoing the foundation, into fixing the leaky pipes. Maybe you even grew up in a family where it was very much, well, this house or this place isn't working, let's just jump to a new one, right? And allowing yourself to recognize that doesn't create a solid foundation in your life or the life of your family, right? It's kind of like, I want this place that's home. I want to have good memories. I want this environment of love, loving myself, loving the people that are under the roof. Everybody, sure, is going to get along. I'm not going to have unrealistic expectations, though. I know there's going to be times we're not going to see eye to eye. We're going to have to work on our communication skills. We're going to have to learn to forgive each other. We're going to have to learn how to work together. Those are the foundations of a happy family, of a happy home. And I think you have an opportunity. I love this. It's literally a gift from the heavens, right? Look at the hand. This is your ascended masters. They're bringing you a gift, an opportunity, a token. Could be from an air sign. You have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right? To see clearly, okay, Hierophant, how perhaps the way that you grew up was not conducive to building the adult family environment that you really and truly desire and deserve and want for yourself and for your family members. It's allowing yourself to say, okay, I'm going to go back and work on basic foundations 101, right? Yeah, it's really a beautiful energy. I think there is something here about learning how to speak about what you have experienced in your childhood, what you may be experiencing now in your adulthood with kindness, understanding. I mean, we're all here trying to do the best that we can, right? It's when we have expectations that are unrealistic that we get into the energy of being disappointed, of allowing ourselves to communicate what it is that we want and desire, but also listening to the other people in our life about what they want and desire, and then trying to find that happy compromise. It's not about giving up your hopes and dreams, but it is about recognizing that happy families have to work together. There has to be every single individual has their own hopes and dreams and goals, but then the unit together also has an energy that needs to work together for a conducive group hopes, dreams, wishes, goals. This is your hopes and dreams. You may have grown up in an environment where you weren't modeled the tools for a solid foundation. And you may have thought, I can do it. I know how, right? And now you're recognizing, wait a minute, maybe I don't. This could be a step, you're taking a little bit of a step back, not in a bad way, but allowing yourself to say, maybe I could use a little counseling or a coach of some sort that can help me to better understand my communication style and how I can communicate more clearly with the people in my life, but also opening my heart to listening too. Yeah. Wow, powerful energy here. These readings lately are very powerful. All right, Cancer, let's pull a soul truth card for you for some final advice. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Am I willing? Wow. Are you willing? I think that's part of this. Stop. Think about it. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're kind of like, no, I'm not willing to put any time or energy, whatever, into this anymore. I'm moving on. And you have, right? You have the choice, the free will to do that. But there is also something that before you move on, allowing yourself to say, is there more I can learn in this situation? It says you are on the edge of something great. Can you feel it? Yes, there is risk, uncertainty, and imperfections ahead. Failure is certain, and vulnerability is a requirement. You must be brave and trust yourself more than ever before. You will reach the dream, but you must stretch yourself into a whole new level of belief and willingness in order to move forward with courage. Be brave. Follow your heart's compass and lift the lid on your own dreams. Today's mantra: it's possible. I think for some of you, this is a situation where you may want to reconnect to people from your past, okay? And for some of you, this, not like maybe romantic partners, but family members, maybe childhood family members or childhood friends, right? There's some nostalgia here. And it's also recognizing the part that you may have played in, if you've moved on from these people or there's distance between you, the part that you've played in that, right? Because we all play a part in it, in creating an unhealthy foundation, and allowing yourself to just recognize that, right? And perhaps reaching out. There is this energy of serendipity, of reaching out. Ace of Pentacles again. Some type of offer, right? Or you may be doing an offer, but it's about allowing yourself to recognize, I'm not going to make light of this. I feel like if somebody reaches out to you that you maybe have not been in contact with for a while, allowing yourself to not make light of it, to understand this is an opportunity from God. This is an opportunity from heaven for you to allow yourself to be a little bit more vulnerable. Are you willing to accept the part that you've played in this and to share just how much this person means to you? Wow, beautiful. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, Cancer. So much here. And thank you so much for all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light. Bye for now.